Before we get started, if you're into real survival knowledge pulled straight from the past, not the recycled stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel because this is where the forgotten methods get brought back to life. Now let's get right into the technique. How ancient fighters relied on layered earth filtration to turn dirty water drinkable. One method buried under centuries of more modern approaches is layered earth filtration. Long before portable filters or chemical tablets, soldiers, scouts and borderland travellers carried knowledge of how the ground itself could be shaped to clean water quickly. The concept wasn't decorative or ceremonial. It was developed out of necessity in regions where open wells were targets and rivers carried runoff from marching armies. By shaping the soil into strategic layers, they created a controlled flow that stripped water of debris, sediment and most contaminants that cause sickness on long campaigns. The technique required nothing more than a shallow pit near a water source, dug just far enough from the river's edge so water seeped in through natural ground instead of being scooped directly from a contaminated channel. The slow seepage acted as a first filter. Soldiers would then reinforce the pit with alternating layers of fine sand, crushed charcoal from last night's fire, and gravel. Each layer served a purpose. Sand tightened the flow, charcoal absorbed impurities, gravel prevented collapse. Within a short time, the pit held clear water that looked and tasted vastly better than the river it came from. So let's talk about how this forgotten method actually works on the battlefield, or, in real life today. The real strength of this technique is that it doesn't depend on any modern tools at all. If you're out hiking, camping, or even dealing with an emergency, you can build a version of this filtration pit in just a few minutes. The key thing here is proximity. You want to dig your pit about an arm's length away from a river or a pond. And if the ground turns out to be too hard or dry, just pour a small amount of water over it to soften the surface. Then carve it down until you hit damp soil. Now, once water begins seeping up, place a thin layer of charcoal from your fire, crushed up nice and fine, followed by sand and gravel in repeating layers until you reach the top. After a short wait, you'll notice clear water rising through the layers. This method still works today because it's really based on physical and chemical filtration. Even small amounts of charcoal, honestly, make a noticeable improvement in both clarity and taste. Hunters and nomadic groups in Siberia, the Arabian Peninsula, the Great Plains and the Sahel all relied on versions of this technique, which just goes to show it works across all sorts of climates. Historical records describe soldiers in cold northern campaigns melting snow and pouring it into these pits to remove the metallic taste caused by cooking in iron pots. Now, how you can apply this knowledge in modern scenarios where clean water becomes scarce. If you're caught in a survival situation where commercial filters fail, get clogged, or, just run out, this method offers a long-term fallback. You can build several pits along a riverbank and rotate between them, letting each one refill naturally. If you're living off-grid or on a small homestead, you can upgrade the process by lining a barrel with the same layers. Melted snow, rainwater, muddy runoff, or water collected from old roof channels can all run through this system as a first defence before boiling. Whether you're a student of military history, a wilderness traveller, or someone who wants reliable skills when systems break down, this piece of forgotten knowledge earns its place in your toolkit. Subscribe and share this video so more people can recover techniques that once kept entire armies alive.